Today's yoga class is for everyone, including beginners. Please consult with your doctor before beginning this or any new exercise program. Yoga is a great way to increase flexibility and strength, reduce stress, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Before we begin today, always listen to your body, do the poses that you are comfortable with, and rest as often as needed. Hi, I'm Lisa, and this is Lenore and Lindsay, and today we're going to go through a bit of a slower, gentler flow. So grab a mat, and that's all you should need. We'll start by sitting in a comfortable position. So I like one foot stacked in front of the other. If you want to put one foot on top, go ahead, or even butterfly legs, however is most comfortable for you to sit. And then just pay attention here. Notice if you're hinging forward. See if you can bring your shoulders back in line with your hips, and then close your eyes. Soften your face and let your arms just relax so your hands are on your knees. Not too much effort here in this pose, just sitting up nice and tall. And allow your breath to be this thing that helps to relax you even more. Just give yourself permission to let go of judgment, let go of expectations of yourself and of this class. Let go of your should-haves, would-haves, didn'ts, to-do lists, want-tos, just so that you give yourself time to actually be here, to move, to create some space in your body and space between your thoughts. Good, one more breath here. And you can gently blink your eyes open softly. Keeping your hands on your lap. We'll start to draw some circles with your torso. This might feel a little bit weird at first, but just imagine pushing your ribcage out to the right, your chest forward, and then your ribs to the left, and then rounding your back. And you can go nice and slow, or you can start to go a little bit faster if that feels good. You can add your breath, inhaling as your chest comes forward and exhaling as you round it back. Starting to open up through the side of your body. There will be a lot of these kind of movements in this class today. So I encourage you to think less and feel more. And if it feels better, you could close your eyes. that rule where if I don't see you, you don't see me can come into play here. Switch directions with your roll. Maybe making it bigger, a little more movement, a little more fluidity. Good. Noticing along the way any tension that you want to work to get rid of today. Good. And find yourself back in center. Nice work. We'll come over onto our hands and knees. Stack your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Lift your head and tailbone and drop your belly, coming into cow pose. Press your hands really firmly into the floor. Look up a little, take a big breath in. As you exhale, curl your spine to the sky. Pause here and breathe in cat, maybe looking towards your knees. Push a lot into the floor. Good. As you inhale next time, lift your head and tailbone back into cow, soften the belly. And exhale to cat. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhaling as you lift and drop and soften your belly. Exhale to squeeze your belly in, pressing it up. Good, one more here. Great job. Come back into center, a neutral spine. And just like we did sitting down, we'll start to push our ribs out to the right, drop our chest down like a little cow, baby cow, and then out to the side with your ribs, and then round your back like cat. And you can start to make this really big if that feels good, or you can keep it tiny, like you're drawing circles with your rib cage. Again, the idea of think less, feel more comes into play here. So if you find a spot on your way that you notice you need a little extra breath or two there, stay there. When you come up to your cat next time, switch directions. Find that movement the other way. Good, just a couple more going in this direction, finding any more tension through your rib cage and your spine and just releasing it. Good, and when you're ready, come back into a neutral spine. Awesome, let's step our right foot forward beside our thumb. If your knee bothers you at all here, just double up your mat and fold it over to protect your knee a little more. Good. We'll push down a lot into your front foot and come up onto your thigh, coming into a low lunge. If your back knee bothers you at all, curl your toes under too, that will help. So from here, let's reach our arms overhead. Just pausing here. Bring your fingers together, interlacing them over your head. Just like we did sitting and in our cat and cow, we'll start with drawing tiny little circles. So you might want to do these big, beautiful circles. Just start with tiny controlled circles. Waking up that space between your rib cage, maybe even into your psoas and your hip flexor. Not to mention it's a bit of a balance challenge. Then start to make your circles bigger. Stay with your breath. The pattern of your breathing isn't as important as actually continuing to breathe. Good. And then we'll come back into center. Take your right fingers and wrap them around your left wrist. Push down a lot into your feet and then lean to the right. Yeah, big stretch for the left side of your body. Couple breaths here. Good, come back up to center, release your hands down, step the right foot back, and we'll bring the left foot forward. Pad your knee if you need to, curl your toes under. When you're ready, come up onto your thigh. Good, and then we'll lift our arms overhead, just pausing here. Push down a lot, especially into your front foot. Interlace your fingers over your head, and then hopefully you can remember which way you went. Start to rotate the other way, and if you have no idea which way you went last time, don't worry about it. Little circles at first, controlled tiny movements. And then if it starts to feel good, you can make bigger circles here. Good, couple more big circles. Come back to center. Take your left hand around your right wrist, push down a lot into the floor, and then lean to the left. Big breaths into the side of your body. Good. One more big breath in here. Come back to center. This time we'll place our hands or fingertips on the floor and step that back foot up to meet the front foot. With soft knees, roll yourself up to stand. Good, let's all turn out to the side so we're all facing away. Good. Bring your hands onto your hips, your toes will point out in the same direction as your knees. Start to bend one knee at a time. This is temple pose. It's one of my favorites. I start most of my classes with this because it helps bring some blood flow to your hips. Good. When you're ready, settle into your temple pose, bending your knees. Draw your low belly in and up so your shoulders stack right over your hips. Bring your arms out to the side, fingers engaged but shoulders relaxed. Push down a lot into your feet. Lift up really high. Inhale, exhale back down. Inhale to lift, and exhale down. Let's do 3 more like this. Maybe creating a bit more depth as you come down. Maybe not. Maybe today that's not happening for you, and that's okay. Last one here. Big inhale up. Exhale down, pause here. Bring your hands back to your hips or your thighs. Move side to side. Good. We'll settle back into our temple. Bring your arms overhead, and just like before, interlace your fingers and start to draw little circles, like you're drawing circles with your knuckles. If that's too much for your legs, you can straighten them, but I encourage you to go for the challenge and keep them bent a little. You can make bigger circles. We won't be here much longer. Good. Come all the way up to stand. Release your hands down. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees on the way down. Let's take our fingers, our peace fingers, and wrap them around our big toes. Palms turn inwards, knees are soft. Inhale here, find a little length in your spine. As you exhale, fold forward. Most importantly, let your head drop down. Let it be heavy. Your legs can start to move towards straight if it feels good, or they can be bent a lot. Good. Release your hands. Plant your hands on the mat and step your feet back to a downward dog. So our downward dog shape is an inverted V. Our hands press a lot into the floor, knees are slightly bent. And actually, let's start out with some movement here in our downward dog. Pedaling out your legs. Good. Settle into your downward dog. Keep your knees a little bit soft. Take your left hand to the outside of your right leg, twisting. So if this is too much, you can come down to your knees and keep twisting from your knees. Maybe look underneath. Good. Take one more breath here. Come back to center. Pedal out your legs, and we'll switch sides. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. A little twist. A little twist. I say a little twist, it's quite a big twist. Only go as far as your body will allow you. Take one more breath in here and come on back, downward dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Big inhale, stretch that leg up. As you exhale, bring that knee in, hugging it into your chest, and place your foot beside your thumb. Now, we got our feet up here pretty easily because we practice this a lot. If your foot got to here, grab onto it with your hand and hoist it up there. We'll drop that back knee again, coming back into our low lunge. So if you need to pad your knee, go ahead. And we'll come back up onto our thigh. Reach your arms overhead. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, this time push your hips forward, bring your fists down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring it down. Let's do 3 more like that. Always going as far as your body allows. Good, last one here. Nice work. Let's bring our left hand to the floor. Shift back a little so your right knee is right over your right ankle. And reach your left arm up to the sky. So if this feels good looking up, go ahead. Otherwise, look straight ahead or down. And we'll start to move our arm. Big inhale here. As you exhale, reach your arm forward and down. Inhale, elbow leads up and open. Exhale, forward and down. Beautiful. 2 more arm circles here. On this last one, when you circle your arm back up, reach it a little bit higher, like your fingertips are being pulled up to the sky. And release both hands to the floor. Keep that right foot in front. From here, walk it over to the right edge of your mat and turn your toes out. We're gonna let that foot drop open as much as comfortable. Now, this might be a lot. If you feel like you have a bit more room, you can slide, use your toes curling under, lift your left knee and slide that leg back. big, big stretch here. So what we don't want is this dumping through our low belly. We want to draw our low belly in and up so our heart is shining forward, our spine is long. Big breaths here. This is lizard pose. Beautiful. One more breath in. Good. Curl your left toes under again. Lift your knee and move it forward a bit. And then scoot your foot back in. Step it back. And lift to downward dog. Pedal out your legs, just releasing all that work. And then lift your left leg up to the sky. Big inhale, lengthen it up. Exhale, get your foot to your hand, however it gets there, and drop your back knee gently. Patting it if that's what you need, and then come on up. Push your front foot down a lot into the floor so you start to feel your hip flexor and your inner thigh light up. Reach overhead. Big inhale here. Exhale to push forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. 3 more, slow and steady. Good time to start to connect to your breath. Good, 2 more. Last one here. And this time we'll bring our right hand to the mat underneath our right shoulder. Your left knee is right over your left ankle. Rotate your chest open and reach that left arm up. You can keep looking up or down. We'll inhale here. Exhale your arm forward and down. Inhale as you reach it up. Exhale forward and down. 2 more like this. I lied. 2 more right now. Good. After this final one here, reach your arm back up and then imagine your fingertips being pulled up to the sky. Beautiful. Release that hand down to the inside, so both hands are on the inside of your front foot. Walk that foot over towards the left edge of your mat and turn your toes out. Let your foot drop open as much as possible to the pinky toe edge, and this is going to be dependent on your hip flexibility. Curl your right toes under and lift your right knee and send it back a little. Good. We want to make sure that we're not rolling onto that right hip. Our hips stay squared, our heart stays lifted, low belly stays drawing in and up. It's quite a powerful pose. A couple more breaths here. Let's take one more deep breath in. Good, nice and gently put your left foot back down, curl your right toes under and walk that knee in a little, and then step that foot back. Let's lift up back to downward dog one more time here. Pedal out your legs. Lift your right leg up to the sky, big inhale. As you exhale, bring that foot all the way towards your right hand, however you have to get it there. And this time we'll spin the back heel to the mat. Keep your front knee bent and then nice and slowly roll yourself up. Warrior one. So for our warrior one, want to step that back foot over closer to the left edge of your mat. Good, that allows us to turn our hips a little bit. They won't turn all the way in, and that's okay for most of us. Reach your arms overhead, interlace your hands, and just like we've been doing, start to draw circles. Finding that release through the upper body. Good, one more big breath in, and come back to center. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist, lengthen up, and then reach over, challenging your balance, reaching to the right. Creating some space in your hip. Maybe smile. Trick your body into thinking this is amazing, because it really is. And then come on back up. Bring your hands to your hips. Lean onto your front foot and step your back foot in about half the distance. So for this one, our feet are about hip width apart and our hips are squared towards the front of our mat. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center and fold forward, but keep a flat back. You probably won't be able to go as far as you want to go because your legs might be tight. You can release your hands onto your thigh or maybe your shin. Keep a little micro bend in your knees. See if you can draw the crown of your head longer. Feel your spine get a little bit longer. One more breath here. Bend both knees a lot, fingers to the mat, and step to downward dog. Pedal out your legs. And I know last time I said that was our last one, but we're gonna do this one and then probably one more, just so we're upfront and honest here. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. However you need to get it there, bring it all the way forward to your hand. Back foot spins to the mat. We'll come on up for our warrior one. Then once we're up, we'll adjust that back foot a little, step it over to the right. Your toes can point out in any direction. Bend your front knee. Reach your arms up. Fingers interlace and start to draw circles, hopefully remembering which way you went last time. I'm not sure if I do this time. Not sure. That's okay. A couple more breaths here. Good. We'll come back into center. Take your left hand around your right wrist. Lengthen up and then reach over to the left. Really push your right foot into the mat so you feel that inner thigh light up. Big breaths. Good. Come on back up. Release your hands to your hips. Lean into your left foot and step your right foot half the distance. Squaring off your hips, pointing both feet straight ahead. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward halfway. So you have this nice flat back. Then you can release your hands to your front leg. Keep your spine growing long, little bend in your knees. And start to imagine you're pushing your left hip a little bit back, drawing your right hip just a little bit forward until you feel a really lovely stretch in the back of your front leg. Good. One more breath here. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the mat, step to downward dog. Pedal out your legs, last downward dog. Good, come on down to your hands and knees. Beautiful. Keep your hips lifted over your knees. Walk your hands forward, stretching them forward, and start to melt your heart down. You can let your forehead rest on the floor. Just getting into your chest a little bit more. Good. From here, start to walk your hands a little bit towards the right, maybe just to the right corner of your mat. And then see if you can reach your left hand and put it on top of your right. Big juicy stretch for the left side of your body. Beautiful. See if you can drop your heart down a little bit more. And then with lots of control, nice and slowly start to walk your hands to that left corner and then see if you can reach your right hand and put it on top of your left. Breathe. Good, nice and gently come back into center and we'll come to a seat. Bring your feet together, knees open wide. Depending on the flexibility in your hips, you might have your feet really close or you might have to have them really far away, and that's absolutely perfect. You can gently hold on to your ankles or your feet and maybe shift a little just so that you remove any fleshy bits so your sit bones can ground down. We'll sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, start to sway a little from side to side, maybe adding a little movement forward. On your inhale, we'll come back up, and exhale, sway it forward and side to side. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, exhale, sway it a little. And this time, we'll add that forward fold and just pause wherever we get to. Let your hands rest on your mat so you're not using your arms to pull you down. And if it feels good, once you've found a nice place for your body, you can start to let your head drop down, releasing a little bit more. Beautiful. And you can press yourself all the way back up. Place your feet on the floor and make sure you have room behind you to lie down on your back. And once you're down, hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Maybe rock a little from side to side. Keep your right leg hugging in and extend your left leg down your mat. Open your right arm out to the side and use your left hand to twist your knee all the way across your body as far as it can go. You can look towards your right hand and close your eyes. Just start to relax a little bit more. Good, and then nice and gently come back through center, hugging your knees. And we'll switch sides, so extend your right leg down, keep your left knee in. Open your right arm to the side, left arm to the side, and use your right hand to twist your knee across your body. Twisting as much as you can. Again, close your eyes. And just start to come into rest. Good. Come back into center. Hug your knees in one more time. Take a big breath in and out. And release for Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs, either straight legs or bent knees. Turn your palms up to face the sky. Close your eyes, settle in, maybe just make any last adjustments, allowing rest and relaxation. As your thoughts and distractions arise, bring your attention back to your breath. Just a nice, gentle rise and fall of your chest. And start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Extend your arms overhead and stretch from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll to your side. And press yourself up to a seat with your eyes closed and your hands on your lap. Inhale and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, sway your upper body. Let your head and shoulders go. Inhale to lengthen. One more time. Exhale, let any last bit of tension go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. This time, bring your hands together in front of your heart and put a smile on your face. May your life be filled with happiness, peace, and love. Namaste.
Location for this episode of Awakened Yoga provided by Lacey Holmes. To contact Lisa, you can visit awakenedyoga.ca.